Check it out, watch. Everyone always gets cool, weirded out by that. Are we live? I think we're live. Are we live, Tony?
We're live.
We're live. We're live, baby.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
we
live.
are live. Oh my God, we got Janelle in the studio. Hi, Janelle.
Hi,
How's it going?
I'm good.
Say hi to our audience.
Hello.
Welcome to the Amuse Me podcast.
I'm excited to be here.
Oh my God, this is gonna be fun. I mean, I don't even know what we're gonna talk about. We talk about everything.
I'm about it.
We talk about so much stuff on this podcast. We have discussions about conspiracies. We have discussions about superheroes. We have discussions about eating babies' heads.
Oh my.
Yeah, so it should be fun. Whatever happens, happens.
How did the baby eating head discussion go?
It turned into a joke, but it was, what would you do? I don't know, kind of like, if you had a superpower, like, what would you do to get it? What would be your goal to get that superpower? Like, what if the only way to get that superpower was to eat a baby's head?
Well, it depends on the superpower. Like, would I get to pick my ultimate superpower? Or is it like, if you eat this baby's head, you're going to get like a randomized
I think it'd be more of a randomized thing.
I don't think I'd do it. Because
No.
what if you got something stupid, like shape-shifting into inanimate objects?
What if that's a very useful power?
But like how?
An inanimate object to disguise yourself from whatever's coming at you. So obviously just be like, bam. And then they would say you turn the corner, right? And then you turn into the object and then you're obviously disguised.
Okay, but what if somebody's coming at you like full force, like head on, and then you just turn into a chair? Like,
Oh.
is that your only defense, is
Well,
turning into a chair?
Okay, what kind of object can you turn into? What if you turn into like a big giant like living room sofa?
That still wouldn't help you.
What if he doesn't hurt you? Like, what if you don't get no damage? There you go.
So
That
it's like an impenetrable sofa.
maybe. No, what if the sofa obviously made of cushion and stuff? See, how would this work though if you turn yourself into an inanimate object?
And would it only be like household objects, or could I turn myself into a weapon?
Yeah, why not? See, there you go. And what is really categorized as like an inanimate object? Is it like because you use it, if somebody uses it? So
I think it's not breathing.
not breathing.
That would be my thing.
So anything not breathing.
Yeah, like a pair of headphones.
See, he's already fucking around.
Hi.
Welcome the cat to the podcast. His name is fucking Artemis. He's getting the booze. Yeah, you don't hear it, but there's a bunch of crowd saying boo. Anyways, please do not mess with anything. Please. Anyways,
I think he just wants to be in here because it's warm.
is it? It's not even that warm here. It's like kind of cold in the studio. Yeah, I'm bragging. It's not that really fancy of a studio, but still.
It's a studio. It's
Thank you
definitely a
again
studio.
for coming on such a late notice. I mean, it's kind of late at night, so
I had nothing better to do. This
Nah.
seems fun.
nice. So tell me more about yourself. What do you do? What do you like to do? Are you an artist? Do you like to draw? You look like the artist kind of type.
Wow, I am.
Wow, there you go.
I used to draw a lot, but I didn't think I was good, so I moved into like writing and stuff. So I like writing poetry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So, well,
I'm
what?
actually trying to get into the Albuquerque slam scene.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's exclusive.
How is that working out?
It's hard because I also have to adult, but when I have the time, it's going good. It's
Okay.
going good.
I actually do want to, I don't know, venture into the whole comedy scene of Albuquerque.
We talked about it. I think that'd be cool.
You think that's kind of like the same thing, you know?
Yeah,
Like poetry and comedy? I'm just kidding.
they're performing.
See, that's me trying to be funny.
It worked.
It was okay. It was one of those mediocre jokes.
You'd get the pity applause.
But a writer, so what is so a lot of poetry you've been working on. Tell me more about this venture that you're into. Like, obviously you ditched the whole drawing thing and into writing. Like, do you have can you just like throw down a poem right now?
Throw down a poem? No.
I don't know
I'm
if
not
that's-
a freestyler. That'd be cool.
I don't know if is that what you call it?
I'd assume so.
Yeah, it's throw it down. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of like a rap style thing.
Because it's performing art in that instance is almost like rap. It's only there's no music. It's rhythmic to whatever you make it to. So you could put it to music, like most of the slam poets here have definitely done that and ventured into rap. but it's a hard transition.
Okay.
Like, especially if you haven't even stepped into the scene, it's hard to step into a scene and then into a bigger scene.
Okay, I could see that. I forgot to change the monitor screen on this end. Yeah, that's better. So, anyways, have you? I don't know what. God dang, this cat's just getting hair everywhere. Anyway, he's being really ridiculous. So, let's go ahead and talk more. I guess weird topics that we talk about on this podcast.
I have a weird topic.
What?
Baby acupuncture.
What?
Yeah, it's a thing.
What is it?
Legitimately, like, I think not newborns, but like week-old to couple month-old babies.
Look it up. Baby
Go-
acupuncture.
Yeah, they actually go chiropractic, not acupuncture. They
Oh.
go and get their like bones cracked, and like there's a legitimate practice of newborn and infant chiropractic. It's terrifying.
What is this? What does it do? Is it supposed to be beneficial for the kid or?
Well, I don't know if it's for like every infant, but I know for kids who are born with like muscular
Dystrophy.
Yeah, that word.
I can't say it either.
Or like birth defects that cause like motor functions to be messed up, that they can go and it's supposed to help. So, hi, that's mine. It's supposed to help, but I just think it's disgusting, like the cracks and everything, and it sounds like they're in pain. They're small babies. They don't know anything. Okay, I think you have to go.
What was it, baby? What?
Chiropractoring.
He's not gonna get it. Here, let's get this guy out of here. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you,
Kat.
Artemis.
You're awesome. Special guest from Artemis. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, you're abusing your cat. Can you not?"
Don't throw your cat.
Unfortunately, he landed on his feet. Go watch a video, Smarter Every Day. He actually tells you the science of why they do that. It's kind of cool.
Do you have like a summary of that or no?
They're badass.
That's it.
They have something. The way they have, I guess it's called like angular motion. The way they move, like they can gyrate a lot of motion just by it, like the way they move their feet really easily. One example, I guess he was just saying, is if you flipped it upside down from like a certain distance and let it go, it'll always know how to turn and land on its feet. Yeah, and the way it does it is kind of cool because it's like I don't know, one of those weird kind of like acrobatic turns, because it like kicks its feet out and then has its arms tucked in, and then it does the turn, and then once it's initiating the turn, it picks its feet, like tucks its feet in, and then puts its hands out.
Like Olympic gymnast type shit.
Finishes the turn and then lands its feet all the time. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. What was the thing called? Smarter Every Day?
Yeah, guys, pretty cool.
Cool.
I think yesterday he was talking about VR motion now. But it was cool because they had a video where there was a fox on his hand, and like he could actually feel the motion because he had a glove that they've been working on too. So it has like sensors in it and stuff that are actually working to like you can feel
Things.
VR on you.
What?
Which is pretty cool. You should look up that video too. Tony's got this.
He's all catted out. I
and-
wish you guys could see it, but
It's cute. It's very cute. And the cat's actually making a ruckus now. The cat's demanding more
What was the
airtime.
book called?
What?
It was a VR?
Yeah, Smarter Every Day on YouTube. You look for that guy, and that guy will show you. If you guys are listening or watching, that's a pretty good one too. Check it out. So, yeah, like, what do you feel about technology? Like, are you ready for an advancement in technology? Like, how do you
mean?
I don't know. Okay, let's go with two topics here. The first topic is, how do you feel about the advancement of technology now? People say that it's kind of not natural the way we've evolved over time, because like if we were supposedly still going the path we wouldn't invent technology yet. Technology kind of introduced itself really rapidly and then just exploded in this like massive surge of like look at what we're doing now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
this was never possible in not even like 1992.
literally. I don't think it's unnatural, because if it was unnatural, then we wouldn't have been able to do it. I think it's just that we sped up the process because we're impatient people. I don't think it's terrifying, but I think it's pretty amazing that we're so stubborn and like want everything right now that we'd be willing to go and create a bunch of weird mechanical things to help make our lives easier instead of just making our own lives easier.
Oh, wait, there you go. No, but I see what you're saying. So you feel it's good, right? Like, honestly, like, the advancements that we've made has helped us out in the long run, I mean.
I don't think we need, like, sex robots and all of that wildness, but the
I don't
places
know.
that
There's a lot of lonely men out there.
there are a lot of lonely women, too. It's
There you go.
okay.
See? Everyone's problem solved with sex robots.
Is it one of the newer ones?
Yeah, it's one of the newer ones.
You're a newer one.
I'm actually... Wait, what year were you born?
I was born in 99.
Should we tell her the truth? Should we tell her the hard truth?
Tell me the hard
Do you know what I'm talking about, Tony? He knows what I'm talking about. Oh!
Tell me.
I think Tony should kind of like reveal this to her.
You do it, man.
Well, did you know the cutoff point for a millennial?
2000, right?
Oh.
When?
1997.
Really?
Yeah.
Aren't there subcategories of millennials, though?
No, that's my joke. I'm trying to make a joke about subcategories of millennials.
Oh, okay.
There's not really a subcategory of millennials. I like to think that, though, because honestly, what they say is from 81 to 1997 is millennial gap. So 80s kids, like from 81 to like 1989, are totally different from the rest of the 90 kids, like 90 to 97.
Yeah, because even if you say, like, 80s kids, you have that stereotypical, like, oh, the neon and all of that awfulness, and then you think 90s, and it's even worse.
The
it's
dirty kind
different.
of... I don't want to... I'm referring to the music scene because in the 80s it was a cool glam, like, I want to look like chick scene, and then it turned into the whole...
Grunge.
Yeah, I want to look like little, like...
Haven't showered in 2 weeks.
I don't even know what they look like. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. He was showing some of the technology. It was kind of cool. There was also a thing where you put your hand inside of like I don't even know what it is. It's just this giant square, which obviously has a bunch of technology in it. But on the VR, what he was looking at, he saw a dragon, and the dragon was throwing fire breath of different elements, like cold, hot, and he actually felt that.
Really?
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was actually throwing coldness on it. It was like just
the sensors.
Yeah, on his hands were being like changing because of what was happening.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It was pretty sick. This is actually pretty awesome. You could play any sound right now. Any sound would be good right now, Tony.
All of the sound.
I'm just kidding. I want to have a gimmick where I just like have my sound guy be super
stretching,
horrible.
right? They are deformed, and you actually feel that deformation. So there's what is your skin doing, which is it actually gets stiffer as you push on it harder and harder, and that's part of why we have such good
dexterity.
Right. The other part of it is what's the material you're pushing into. In some cases, if that material's soft, well, that's going to deform as well, so you're going to have a slightly different approach. Yeah.
Like we're sacks of watery meat stuff. and so the relative difference between the hardness of the object you're touching is going to affect the attack time. Is that, I don't know what term you use, but I would say attack time of
rise
the
time, sure.
rise time.
That's cool.
This is all making sense.
There's also little things like how well does your glove fit?
That's why when I put the glove on, it felt like there was, a physical thimble that goes on the end of my finger, is because you wanted a tactor to be aligned with my finger, just like that, right? Is that why? It's because you have to have something to react against.
Correct.
Is that why you did that?
Yep. When you're touching something, it's not just the feedback you feel on your skin,
Okay.
but also the feedback you feel in your joints, your tendons.
So it's pretty sick because there was this other thing about it too, where like he was grabbing rocks, but he actually can feel like the stopping point of how the rock felt, because like the way that the motions are has like this really cool, like, I don't even want to say like some weird like flat metal that like actually if you were to grip a cup, obviously your hand takes the form of it, right? And what this the sensors and that metal thing does is like in virtual reality, when you do take that, it'll lock in place. So it takes so it feels like you actually
Taking
are
the shape of
picking the shape
something.
of that. It's so cool. Like, it was mind blowing. I just want to keep watching all the videos that he keeps coming up with, but it's just like he's just been doing it like every day. So I only saw yesterday's, and that was the one with the whole dragon thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna post one today.
Have you ever messed around with virtual reality?
Yeah. My roommate has the VR for the PlayStation.
No way.
You need to try it. Have you never
I'm about
tried it?
I never have.
Oh my god, you're gonna freak the fuck out.
Am I?
It's so sick, especially like he has the motion controllers for it. So there's this game called like Rush of Blood. I think that's what it's called. It's
Oh
like
my
this weird carnival ride or something. But it's kind of like you know those classic arcade games like House of Doom or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, all those. You're in actual that area and you fire and everything, and you can actually look to the side
And see
and
different aspects or
going,
perspectives.
yeah, even from around you and stuff. And
Wow.
you even notice when you're holding the guns, because when you look at the controllers with the VR on, it looks like you're holding the guns. It's so cool.
That's crazy.
So if you've never tried it, you have to try it.
When me and Dalton went on vacation to Los Angeles, we went to see a couple of Dodger games. So in Dodger Stadium, I don't remember which level it was on, but they had a whole, it's probably about 200 feet. It was like grass, like fake grass, and it was just for virtual reality. And
What?
it was wild. There were little kids playing, and they were all like separately playing in virtual reality. And then there were adults drinking and having fun in virtual reality while there was a baseball game going on. And I was like, this is the world we've come to.
That's pretty sick, because like if you could think about it, they're in like the same game probably. They're all playing in the same field, just like
They're on the teams themselves.
yeah, they're like, you know, shortstop and everything, but they're all just like sitting down or in the same little position. Or it's cool to know that you could interact like that.
Yeah.
So you need to try it.
Okay.
And hopefully they get into like better technology. Like, would you go into a virtual world? What would you do in a virtual world?
I definitely would. I think that'd be interesting. Like that Black Mirror episode where the people who are dying, their terminal patients, their mind is put, or their consciousness is uploaded to some place.
I remember that episode.
I'd be so down to go like the 30-day free trial or whatever, just to see like what it'd be like to live in different eras or different like social acts and all of that stuff. I'd love it. It's like time travel, but not time travel. It's reality travel.
I guess I could see that, because it'd be pretty cool just to like know your at least your memory or like your thoughts will live on how you want them to.
Yeah.
Going into like the 50s, that'd be crazy. I mean, we live in this era, but
We don't know what it's like back then.
I don't like. Everyone always talks about it, or you can read and like.
But that's only told by one perspective. You can't get the whole feel of the culture from just one textbook, you know?
I feel like living at that time would have been like way harder, because the funniest part that I want to make a joke about this. Hopefully, like I need to remember it. I probably will, because I like to listen to these. But anyways, the whole thing is like, God damn it! Now I forgot the joke. Jesus, I don't remember. Wow. That was retarded. But the joke was supposed to be something about knowing where you're from, but fuck, I hate everything right now.
What you need to do is keep a little notepad right there in like arm's reach, so whenever you have a good joke, just like bam.
Well, I've been using my phone, so that's pretty cool. I've been using the notepad on there, and I do have like this little like composition journal that I've been keeping some of it in, but that one's actually one that I've been working on. I just am fucking retarded. I'm probably fucking stoned, so whatever. That's the life. That's the life, brah.
Wait, you should name your composition book as Comedy Gold, like from that really old show Chowder. Did you watch that? It was a Cartoon Network TV.
No.
What?
Generational gap right there.
No, it was gold.
I know
dude.
about it. Obviously, I've seen some episodes, but I didn't know that he had a journal called that.
Yeah, one of the side characters was trying to become a stand-up comedian, and instead he was having him practice his handwriting, so he was writing down all of his jokes
Oh
in
my
the
God.
Comedy Gold book, the like exclusive. Fucked everything up. Like there was jam in it. He couldn't write. It was terrible.
No, maybe I need to watch this show now.
I think it'd be something you'd enjoy.
That's where I'm gonna get a lot of my material now. That's pretty funny though.
I was gonna say that's copyright.
Well, obviously I'm not gonna actually do like, hey, let me just read his joke off of his damn notebook. That would be ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Are you into like entertainment as in aspect of movies?
Like, do I like movies?
Yeah. What's
Oh, yeah.
something recently that you've seen?
Recently? I haven't. Did you watch that movie Fist Fight with Charlie Day and Ice Cube?
No.
It's worth it, but not more than like twice.
Why?
Cause like it's funny, but it's if you've seen Horrible Bosses, it's the same. Charlie Day plays the same character basically from
Okay.
Horrible Bosses, the stay-at-home uppity dad who just wants to do good, but he's a teacher. Then Ice Cube is Ice Cube as basically himself, some hot-headed
Yeah,
motherfucker.
boy. Yeah, Ice Cube. But I mean,
It's interesting. The story doesn't play out stereotypically, but pretty much you could call it if you wanted to.
I don't know. What is it called again?
Fist fight, something fights. Yeah.
Show me a picture of this fist fight. I just want to see what it looks like. I don't think I remember it coming like
To theaters.
Movies?
Yeah. Yeah, so.
You need to do like sound boy.
No, he's not sound. He's the control guy.
Ah, that's better. It's a
Yeah.
better term for you.
Control guy. So, anything else? Are you into superheroes? Superhero movies? Marvel, obviously. Come on.
I'm not.
Oh my god.
I know, shocking.
Why?
I never got into it, and if I got into it now, I'd have the millennial guilt of like,
You're not a millennial.
I know, but it's the younger generation of like, oh, it's so in right now, so I have to be a fan. So I don't want to. If they're good movies, I'll watch them, but I'm not going to follow the storyline completely because I wasn't into it before, you know?
What was a good Marvel movie that you saw
Well, I saw the Iron Man, like, I saw Thor.
10
Oh.
years ago?
Yeah, right? When I was smaller. But
Right.
I watched Black Panther with my mom. Not because, like, I was like, oh, yeah, it's a great movie. But it was on, and I sat with her, and it was a good movie. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
But
It's just not my scene. I'd love to sit here and listen to you talk about it, but it's not my thing.
we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. We're not going to talk about it. But that's cool. I mean, if you were to pick a favorite Marvel superhero, who would you like? Marvel, maybe.
Marvel.
Oh, look, there it is.
Yeah, that one.
Fist fights. Check it out. Fucking Charlie Day. We could watch it. No, not that one.
No.
That's a movie from 1989.
Oh, this one then?
No, I just want to see the picture of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's that one. We could watch it on YouTube right now for $9.99.
If you want to click that, the talent show scene, it's this little girl going and telling off her little elementary school bully with the Big Sean song, I Don't Fuck With You.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of bad, but it's probably the funniest part out of the whole movie, if you want to watch it. Yeah.
We'll save. No, put it on. No, because then copyright and stuff. I hate everything.
What if we
Laws and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Would you happen to know who Joe Rogan is?
Oh.
Yeah.
I know who Joe Rogan is.
Everyone who I've asked on the podcast doesn't know who Joe Rogan is.
Really?
Yeah. You'd be surprised.
Huh.
Andres didn't know who Joe Rogan was.
That's shocking.
Yeah, so.
Well, I'm the outlier then. I don't know superheroes, but I know Joe Rogan.
I feel like you're one of those like individual Generation Z kids where you kind of know a little bit more of your history. Like you and your boyfriend do like know a lot of the history of
The
different
backstory.
of a lot of stuff. Like his music, like what he's into in music is like pretty unique. Like he knows
yeah.
a lot of old school rap and stuff. It's like, oh dude, you should be into like fucking shitty ass T-Pain and Lil Wayne shit like that.
That's still a little above our generation. Our stuff now is like Migos or
Gucci Mane.
Yeah, like Outkast or something like that. I don't even know.
Post Malone.
Oh gosh.
Post Malone. Shout out to you, Post Malone. We need to drink together.
Oh god. Could you imagine he messages? He's like, "Oh shit, yeah, dude, let's go."
Dude, that would be the shit. I mean,
Because one, Post Malone watches your podcast.
and second, he invited me to go. Or he would come here. Either way. I feel if he would come here, he'd have like all kinds of security and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
Well, I don't think Post Malone can go anywhere without security at this point.
No? No. I hear he's like making some like bunker or something for war.
I heard he's
some
like
apocalypse
crazy.
bunker or something. Like crazy how?
Like
into like the
Doomsday prepper type
Uh,
crazy.
Maybe, you never know. Do you feel like that might happen?
The end of the world?
If an end of the world scenario were to happen, which one is the most likely? Which is there's millions. Which one is? And don't say death by frogs. That's a good joke. You gotta remember that.
Death by frogs. I would honestly say either a nuclear apocalypse or it'd be the zombies. It has to be the zombies, dude.
Zombies? You think
Yes.
since it's so overplayed on TV, it's gonna happen in real life?
I think it's so overplayed for a reason. Like, it became such a cultural boom, like, out of nowhere. Like, as soon as The Walking Dead hit mainstream, it was like, bah, zombies, you know?
Okay, this is... but there's been some zombie stuff before then, right?
Yeah, of course. It's
Like-
always been part of it. But I think nowadays, since everybody's so crazy and believes everything they see on the internet,
It's just super popular and stuff. Everybody's all like, let's follow the trend.
because even if it's not zombies, it could be some natural bacteria that we have that fucks with our brain in the same way the zombie virus would, and we'd all think it's zombies.
That I guess that's true too. Because I guess here's one scenario that I saw in like this weird conspiracy post is that like if zombie virus were to be like a thing, it would be airborne rabies.
Airborne rabies.
Yeah.
Does rabies cause cannibalism though?
I don't know. It does like mess with your like
Internal functioning.
Yeah, well, you are more rabid and stuff, but I don't know if it makes you eat people.
Because at that point, I feel like we would just go like ripping heads off of deers if it was like airborne rabies.
But what if it was like so angry that it's easier just to do it from a human? You're just like, yeah, I could just rip your head off because it's super easy. I don't want to go chase you for a deer. I mean,
that could be a possibility, though.
I
I just don't understand.
That I don't know where I saw that one time. I think I have this like stupid like PDF file where it's like 10 scenarios of surviving a zombie apocalypse.
Oh,
And
I've seen those.
that was one of them where it's like if it was to become a thing, it was because of an airborne like
Rabies.
virus, and it would be similar to rabies. Or what if rabies did become airborne? Like,
Or what if the rabies evolved into like the zombie virus and started affecting humans?
that's true, because right now it's only whatever it is now, right? You get bit by a raccoon or whatever, and
You don't go eating people, but you have to go get like a tetanus shot or whatever and put on antibiotics.
But does it make like I don't know, but does it make you rabid? Like
I don't.
You're just like,
I think it would just make you sick.
I'm fucking pissed off. This damn raccoon fucking bit me. I'm pissed. I should go to the doctor. Fuck. I mean, I don't know. Like, is that?
If you get bit enough times, I think it would just drive you to madness.
I think look up people who've been bitten by the rabies virus. Not by the rabies virus, by animals. Well, no, because then it's just gonna be like, yeah, I got bit by a raccoon and I went straight to the doctor. It's like, no, I want to see what happened an hour later, maybe.
What did it look like? Yeah.
Or maybe how long does it take to affect it? I don't know. I'm not a scientist, guys. I'm not this fucking...
If you are, let us know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I don't know. Is any action going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat? No?
Yeah, well, people are dropping by. I can give you the chat.
No, he'll post the chat up in a bit. Don't leave it up. Just like show little. Oh, thank you. The rage. They're underrated. Get the rage. Yep. Yeah. So rabies.
Rabies. Or what if the zombie virus came from like a spider bite or something? Like an infection that we just didn't take care of and it mutated to where your brain is mush.
I guess I can see that scenario more because like what if it was like a pretty weird new spider that we just haven't discovered yet in the Amazon that just gets revealed and all of a sudden has this sickle neurotoxin that just totally like messes with your brain and then you're just like totally
cottage cheese.
All because of a spider.
Yep.
A spider zombie. Well, I don't know if it would be a zombie.
I think it'd just be a normal spider.
This is stuff you need to use in your writing right here. This is some key gold. Oh my god, if you guys aren't taking this, I don't know who is. I mean,
when I get my journalism degree, I'll study it. Don't worry.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, what other ways do you think like the zombie virus could be like initiated out in the world? You think it'd be because of humans? Like some kind of
if it was, we were definitely trying to create zombies. I don't think we were just fucking around in a lab with a bunch of microbacterias and was like, oh look, now we want to eat each other. I think we were purposely creating it for like chemical warfare, like disease warfare.
We could like infect 2 people in a village and then all of a sudden they take out the whole village.
Yeah, then all of Malaysia's gone, you know?
Dude, just might as well just work for the fucking government right now. I'm just kidding.
Hire me.
Obviously, they're listening and they're like, "We need to cut this out. This has all been cut."
Just the live stream stops.
Oh my god, I'm scared. See, now this is where the government scares me because all the stuff they do.
Yeah.
They killed Kennedy.
I believe it.
Who
I
knows?
truly believe it. There's this thing on Netflix. You might like it. It's just called Conspiracies. In each episode is like there's a central theme, and then there's like 3 or 4 conspiracies around that central theme.
Yeah, Threem.
Yeah, that word.
That's sick.
And one of them was assassinations, and most of the assassinations happened like JFK, all of that stuff, like the top-notch assassinations happened because of the CIA.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, duh. Everybody knew that.
I mean,
The official story doesn't, but come on.
the government does sketchy things.
Well, it's supposed to at that point.
Why?
Because people get scared, and when people get scared, shit goes wrong.
So you don't think we should know everything the government knows?
I don't. If we are more educated as a society, yeah, but the way we are right now, I definitely think people would just go to option absolute worst.
What?
Yeah, I'm not saying that we're not capable of handling bad news, but in a mass majority, people are going to freak out and panic because it's survival.
Yeah.
You want to survive.
So obviously, if they knew there was a doomsday clock ticking, people would freak out.
Yeah, it'd be more mass hysteria than just letting doomsday happen.
Yeah.
Because think about it, everyone's going to be trying to like gather up supplies, gather up land, make sure they don't die.
Go visit Post Malone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go find random zombie spiders, you know?
That would be sick. Oh, again, on the zombie spiders. Somebody write that down. Write that down. But that's pretty crazy.
I believe it, though. I truly believe it.
The government, obviously, what can we do? Because America is pretty awesome in itself as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you say, that's so weird how it's like a double flipped coin. It's like,
What do you mean?
because like, it's so like, obviously it's the land of opportunity. You can do a lot of, now you can do a lot of stuff in other countries, but I mean, I don't want to say we are wholeheartedly the originator, but I mean, we started a lot of cool things in America.
Yeah. The
And-
American dream. Work hard.
And
That
now,
stuff.
yeah, but then you hear these other aspects of like, well, obviously they're like listening to us, and they have like,
Secret government ops, and everybody's has tap wires.
and they know
whatnot.
obviously know way more than us, and we'll never be able to know what they know.
Yeah.
How would that?
Well, in that instance, I look at it as like when parents don't tell you Santa Claus doesn't exist. Like, they let you believe in Santa Claus. It's just for the fact of your own sanity. Because if people knew what the government knew, like, NASA just came out and was like, oh yeah, there are like 30 different planets just in this solar system that mimic Earth's surface to the point of where we could move there if we needed to, people would lose it.
No,
Everybody would lose it.
I guess I could see what you're saying.
Because then they'd be like, well, why were you researching that in the first place? And then it brings more questions, bringing more hysteria.
But what if it was the case that whatever they are researching to make it just a little bit, like say they are researching to help go to a better planet or something in that aspect. What if, because they're not telling the population, they take longer to do it? Because somebody out there that's super, super smart, that's just like your average Joe kind of guy, can't put his input on it because he doesn't know what's going on out there.
Do you think if the public had access to all information that the government knew, that things would work better?
Yeah.
Really?
2 reasons. Because not only would we have access to the knowledge, we would look for it if we wanted to.
Fair point.
If we really wanted all this knowledge, we'd be like, okay, I need to look it up. Second, why not? Like, us as a human, I feel knowledge is key to excelling in any situation. Like,
Agree.
if you're like stuck in a problem or you're trying just to make your situation better, the knowledge you gain from whatever thing, like, I don't know. You can even just make it something simple from like being able to build a desk to, I don't know, finance your fucking bank account. Shit like that. I don't know. Just making little knowledge is key.
I agree, but at the same time, if you don't know how to use that knowledge is a straight up weapon. If you know something that somebody doesn't, you're at the advantage. And if you don't know how to use that advantage to where it's not going to fuck everything up, you're going to fuck everything up like 10 times more. So it's definitely a catch-22 at that point. It's like if you had the ability and the access to all of this knowledge, all of this free information, what would you do with it? Would you use it for good, or would you keep it to yourself?
I guess that's more of a moral thing at that point.
Exactly. That's why I don't think open knowledge access to everybody, like world trade secrets and conspiracies that the government did 9/11, would be appropriate leaked into the public. Like if everybody knew everything, because then some people don't have morals.
At that point, then, how much do you feel, splitting it right, like if you were to do percentage wise, how much do you feel of the world is good and how much do you feel the world is bad?
I'd honestly say 80% of the world is good.
Okay. I respect that.
But that's also depends on what you define as good. Because I'm not saying that like drug dealers are awful people. You got to make your money somehow. But like society's going to look at you and be like, yeah, you're a drug dealer. You're a bad person.
Yeah.
But if you straight up went and murdered like 7 children, or like went and shot up an elementary school.
Biggie and Tupac did what they needed to do to start off their rap career. That's all I have to say.
Fair point. But
yeah.
Think about what of all of those families, like now that they've been successful rappers and all of that shit, what about the families who the people they've killed, or all of the people that they sold dope to and they ended up dying? Like, think about the guilt part of them. Like, fuck you, Biggie. You made it big off of my son's death. Or you made it big because this is how much money you got off of selling drugs to my kid.
Yeah, that is kind of this. I guess that's always there's always good and bad in the world, right? I mean, that's what brings us to this inner peace.
Yeah, the yin and yang type stuff.
Would there ever be a situation where we'd all be good? See, that's life in general is what amazes me, is because can that happen? And obviously not, because even as like we speak right now, there's probably pretty horrible actions that are happening right now.
Yeah.
But opposite wise, probably really good deeds, like somebody's pulling over and helping out somebody that they don't know, or like
giving a homeless guy a sandwich,
yeah,
or like
something.
helping cardiac or somebody in a car accident. I get that, but the only time I feel like there'd be a situation where all of us are just plain out good is if our whole human race was in jeopardy of some kind. Because I learned in class in sociology that nationalism and people really bond together when there's a common enemy. Like, that's just knowledge, right? Common knowledge.
That was like the whole aspect of when wars and allies stuff formed
Exactly.
together.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason that's the only way I feel like people would be all around good,
All
is if
in.
yeah, exactly, is if the whole human race in some way, shape, or form was in jeopardy of being wiped out. Because then at that point, it's us against them. We created a them.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Talk with my hands. I'm very Italian.
You tell the truth. Nothing but the truth. It's okay. Don't even bring me up with Italian subjects. That was a whole thing. Why was that a thing?
What the?
Yeah. Why did that turn into a meme? What is wrong with you, internet? Jesus. The salt guy is, I mean, it's acceptable, but the whole Italian thing, I couldn't handle it.
I don't even know where that came from.
It was ridiculous. It was so stupid. Don't even look up the memes.
Please do it.
Oh man, it's just ridiculous.
Like, I'm as sick of it as you are.
So, okay, here's something that my roommate recently learned, and it kind of freaked him out, is like the whole aspect of DMT.
The drug?
Yeah.
What about it?
It's amazing.
I think so too. I used to hang out with a lot of people that would do DMT.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not naming names, but when I was like 15.
We need to talk after the
We will.
offset. We're going to talk about this offset.
Cover the mics.
No, we'll talk about this after the podcast. But that's weird because, like, I feel like, I don't know, DMT is really, it might open your mind to a whole new experience of how you think of life. Just doing it one time.
I agree. Because, like, the people I hung out with, they were not good people. They were that high school dropout, druggy type, right? But as soon as they did it for the next, like, 2-3 months, they had nothing but a good streak. Like, they wanted to do nothing but good with their lives. Like, give back. Like, hooking it up with a sack or whatever. Just, like, feeding random people. Like, they would come up and while we were all hanging out, just be like, hey, who's hungry? I'm going to go buy a pizza. It was just this weird string of good, like, energy coming out of them.
That's weird.
But I think it's because I want to know, like, the actual science of DMT and, like, what it connects and disconnects and why it does that. Or, like, what those effects do to you in the long run. Because that'd be something that I'd love to, like, go into.
That would be pretty cool. But obviously we can't do the science on it because it's illegal.
Yeah.
That's kind of shitty. You know, like, the whole, where it comes from? Like, the whole...
It's a plant, right?
Yeah,
Ayahuasca?
The ayahuasca plant. Do you know, like, the traditional way of doing it?
Don't you have to be, like, out in the mountains, like, soul-searching?
Kind of, but all you have to do is really just, like, eat a certain plant with a certain kind of, like, root, and then that's how it'll affect your body.
Oh, okay.
But then after the trip, it supposedly lasts longer, so it lasts, like, 4 to 6 hours, and after you induce a lot of vomiting and diarrhea.
Ooh. Well, that makes sense. It's a toxin in your body.
Yeah.
But what did he find out about it that freaked him out so much? That it existed?
And that it could open his mind to, like, the world.
Well, I mean, LSD can do the same thing if you think about it.
In the way DMT can.
Well, you're right. But I think that also depends on how your brain is wired and what neurons are connected to what and, like, the energy signals and how strong they are.
That's true. Because I remember we talked about it, is, like, he actually... took mushrooms for the first time. Yeah. But induced nothing, he said. That I don't know. His pupils were dilated. That's where I was confused.
Huh.
How would you explain that? I mean, scientists out there would be like, or like we were talking about maybe the whole microdoses thing where he didn't reach the whole peaking point.
Yeah, but where it stopped right away.
I don't know. It's crazy.
I don't know. I think it's all just the way you metabolize the psilocybin. I think that's how you say it.
The fungi, that's what I like to call it.
The toxin, the grossness in your body.
The neurotoxins.
That's the word.
The grossness. It comes from poop. What are you going to do?
Triptych. That's what you're going to do.
Is that that's the term?
I guess.
You just came up with it, I guess. Patent that shit.
It.
Patent it. Let everybody know.
Oh, goodness.
Have you done it? Have you tripped on mushrooms?
Mm-hmm.
How was your trip? What was your most experienced trip? Have you tripped multiple times?
Multiple times, yes. The most, like, potent trip I had, I was sitting in my friend's car, and he needed to go to the gas station, and I had just eaten them. It was, like, in a sandwich.
Yeah.
And I had just eaten them, and it was about, like, 3 grams maybe. And
in a sandwich though?
Yes.
Why?
In a sandwich. Because they're awful. They taste awful.
But why? I feel like with something else would just make the other thing taste awful.
It does. Like, I truly cannot eat, like, it was just toasted bread with butter. Yeah. And I put them in a sandwich and ate it. And now I can't do toast anymore. Like, I had friends that would put them on pizza or in, like, peanut butter jelly sandwiches, and now they're, like, totally repulsed by the idea of pizza or, like, peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
But I was sitting in his car, and he handed me a cup of orange juice before we left, and he was like, you need to down that. I didn't know why, and I was like, okay, having fun. And as soon as we were in his car, we were about to leave, everything just, like, dropped, started dripping down, and I was like, and I swear to God, I shrunk to, like, 2 inches tall. Yep, for like 5 minutes, and then everything else, it like came back to normal, and then just started like moving very slowly.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was terrified. I was like, I want to go home.
Nice. So that was your first trip?
No, that was the most potent trip I had.
The most potent trip, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't trip the first time I took mushrooms either.
No body high or anything?
It was in my hands. I only took like 1 gram, so I didn't know that I was like what it was supposed to do, so I thought that 1 gram was like,
I'm going to totally go crazy.
Yeah, no. It
didn't happen.
Was not like that.
It's okay. We're talking. Okay.
But I think the most, like, psychedelic trip I've ever had
Tony,
was
you talk
on
to
acid.
Him. You talk to him on the chat. Let everyone know what's going on.
Hi, everyone.
Anyways.
But yeah, it was on acid, and I was dancing. I was at, like, a rave or...
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I just couldn't stop. Like, even when I was in the car and we were driving home, I was like...
I've never done acid before.
It's eye-opening.
I wanted to, but I don't know how I would. I feel like I'd be scared.
You shouldn't go into it if you're psyching yourself out about
Well, I'm
it.
not trying to, but I feel like I've seen too much bad things.
But it's not like how cartoons and stuff made it out. It's not. You're
No,
not going to see
yeah.
like little devils and cartoons.
Obviously not. I mean, that'd be weird.
Could you?
That I see, because I've never really had a hardcore trip on mushrooms where I've seen something.
Like visuals?
Well, like I've seen visuals, but it wasn't the whole like a monster or like some weird thing. It was like, I don't know.
The walls moving.
Yeah,
Or...
the last time I ever tripped, we were watching The Big Bang Theory, but I have it downloaded and it's in a really shitty quality, like 480 fucking p. Like it's like so blocky and shitty.
Yeah.
But I swear to you not, when I was seeing it on the TV, it had to have been like crystal clear HD, like
Really?
amazing. Like I was like freaking the fuck out.
That's wild, actually.
So that was the coolest part for me. And like my roommate, we both took him together, and he's just like,
Why didn't it work?
exactly.
Well, I'd be frustrated too. That's a lot of mushrooms to take to not have it do anything. Yeah, I'd be
Maybe-
upset.
Some people, a lot of people say like, maybe it's just the way it processed in his stomach and
His
just
metabolism and
just
stuff.
totally just doesn't affect. Yeah, people need to take his blood and then find out.
The little antibody that made
Yeah.
him not trip.
Yeah, so people they can just like, if they freak out right away, they can take a pill and all of a sudden they'll,
It's gone. It's
holy
gone.
fuck, I'm okay. I didn't. Nothing happened too bad.
Speaking of a pill that will just make everything go away type thing, I saw Netflix again. It was this documentary about Adderall and how Adderall has just completely almost overtaken my generation. They interview a student, an athlete, somebody with ADHD, and then doctors who prescribe Adderall and have like done the science behind it. And most of the interviews say, I didn't watch it completely. I fell asleep. But most of the interviews say something about they don't find it addictive. They don't find it as like, oh, we're popping Molly, or oh, we're smoking a joint. It's like, oh, I'm going to take an Adderall and I'm going to get homework done. I'm going to clean the house. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. It's like back when, what era was it when doctors would like prescribe cocaine? Not over the counter, but it was like a painkiller, or they'd use it as a numbing agent.
I would say it had to have been the 80s. I mean, the early 80s, late 70s.
Something like that. But it was around, they talked about the culture of how drugs, like there's always one specific like main drug that people lean on that they don't really think is bad. And they like, for the longest time it's been marijuana. But at this point, people are looking at Adderall as that same sort of drug. It's just an up and go type thing. It's not hurting their body. It's not an actual amphetamine, even though it's like a molecule away from meth.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. I think you should watch that one too.
I'll check it out. There's a lot of cool, interesting stuff on Netflix that I still have not seen. So
You step your Netflix game up.
I have all of the almost all of them. Like, I need to get Amazon Prime now.
Do you really?
But I have Hulu and Netflix, and then I download a lot of stuff too. So.
Yeah.
And I'm a YouTube binger, so I watch a lot of YouTube. But yeah, I'm caught up with the drama.
Are you?
Yeah. Are you into drama?
Not YouTube drama. I have not been caught up, but
No.
I'd like to listen.
There's nothing that interesting.
What was that thing you were showing me? Rice gum or something? Diss tracks? It was wild.
Oh, that was pretty cool. Remember
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
iDubbbz? He's awesome YouTuber. Shout out to iDubbbz. You're awesome. He made what is called a content cop, but what he does is roast people on there. And he roasted this guy named Rice Gum.
Mm-hmm.
And Rice Gum is famous for like making diss tracks. So at the end of the video, he did a diss track on Rice Gum, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember coming over and sitting through the 2 hours of the drama.
It's amazing.
It was pretty wild.
So recently, picking up on that story, Rice Gum, a thing now that's going on in YouTube is celebrity boxing.
I saw that.
So YouTubers are fighting now. One of the main stars fighting is KSI.
Yeah, and the Paul brothers, right? Both of the.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's already set date, but that's supposedly happening around August. and everyone's trying to jump on that card. All kinds of YouTubers because they know it's gonna make I feel like they know it's gonna make a lot of money.
Oh yeah, because isn't Floyd Mayweather training Logan Paul or something? Or
Yeah, and then it's so weird because I'm pretty sure Floyd Mayweather's dad is training.
KSI.
Yeah. Is this the newest one?
It's the one about the fight, and then we'll go to the next one.
Oh.
So she's caught up.
We shouldn't watch all of it though.
All right.
And then I'm pretty sure this guy would be an asshole and stuff for like the content. Cause I don't know if you know this, Tony, but he actually iDubbbz has made a content cop on him. That guy, Keemstar, the guy who does Drama Alert.
Really?
He did a content cop on him.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We should watch it after this.
I'd be down.
He's fucking. Yeah, he totally. Yeah, he wrecks him a new one. He calls him a gnome. He looks like a gnome, like a little gnome.
Did exactly what his little brother did, Jake Paul. Do you remember last year when Jake Paul hand-delivered merch to Post Malone, showing his cars, his address, his whole house? Yeah, Logan Paul did the same thing to KSI. Logan Paul responded to his video being taken down on Twitter by saying
Okay,
this.
that's it.
Hey,
That's good.
don't worry, I re-uploaded KSI and Omni Media. I got you. Showing that the house and the cars were now...
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I guess they're like doing some weird shit where like he went to his house and like Logan Paul got the video or no
His address on camera or something.
yeah,
right?
so he had to like edit it out and stuff, so he had to upload it like twice and shit. But it's pretty stupid.
Well, that's just petty. Like,
YouTube drama is ridiculous, but it's so good.
it's better than soap operas. It's modern day soap operas.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, but it's real life.
You don't think some of it's just for the shits and gigs and the publicity of YouTube drama?
I don't know at this point.
Because, like, in the
Or
beginning... when-
views. That's
Yeah.
what they call it.
They're doing it for the views. They're doing it for the lulz.
Thanks for keeping me up with the lingo, Tony.
Yeah. They said it in their latest video, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That they're doing it for views.
Well, the whole build up to it, which is kind of stupid. Anyways, back to my point. They're fighting, right, in August. And Rice Gum actually called out iDubbbz that he wants to be on the undercard and he wants to fight iDubbbz. So
Okay.
that should be pretty interesting of what's going to come
If you
from
had to
that.
call it, who do you think?
iDubbbz is pretty... iDubbbz is... He's cool.
Is he wild?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do you think he could fight, though? That's the
I
thing.
feel iDubbbz is the first person to be the first. He actually started YouTube fights.
Really? The celeb YouTube fights?
Yeah, because he called out a guy named Jinx one time, and Jinx didn't want to fight. And iDubbbz even posted a video of him training in the gym and shit.
Wild.
So it was pretty cool. Yeah, that was like probably in like fucking 2014 maybe. I would have to double check on that, but that was pretty. No, maybe 15. We're fucking damn 2018.
Yeah, right?
Dalton, if you're listening, you should let in the dog. If you are listening, you should let in the dog. I repeat, you should let in the dog. Thank you very much. But yeah, fucking, that's weird. 2018.
The trends of this year have been weird, too. Like,
Example?
these YouTube fights, like, who would want to see? Because honestly, like, you have the stereotypical thought of a YouTube, of course.
Yeah, there you are.
Oh,
Jesus.
hello!
She's gonna ruin everything. Calm down. You need to calm down.
Were you cold? BB, go.
And that was pretty funny.
Go on.
We have a lot of help in the studio, so don't judge. This is a friendly place. This is a very friendly place.
It's a home environment
Yes,
type.
yes, very very good. So yeah, there has been a lot of stuff. So you don't think anybody's interested in the YouTube?
Well, no.
Hundreds and millions of people want to
It's
see the fight.
shocking to me that so many people
Let's
are
get
into
ready
it.
to rumble.
Do you remember the Macho Man meme where it's like a 1950s guy and he's doing this?
I thought that was like the fighting Irish.
Oh,
Isn't
I
that-
have no idea. I
isn't
just
that-
know he has the handlebar mustache.
That's like a logo or a mascot for a college team, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it's an Irish guy like this. Yeah.
Where did this come from? Like, why is this the we're gonna fight? Ooh, like, where did that?
You said you're Italian, right?
No, I'm definitely not. I just talk like I'm one.
Oh, Italian influence.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, never mind. I don't know. Is it an Irish thing? I don't know. Irish people, why do you stereotype them as drunks? Why do they get stereotyped? Not you, sorry.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said it that way. But why are they stereotyped? I don't know. I mean, it's funny.
It is, but where did it come from?
I don't know. Like what? Like it's a mystery to me even because I don't know.
Have you ever been outside of the country, specifically to Ireland?
No, I've actually been to Arizona, Denver, and Mexico, but I was way too young to remember, and I've never left anywhere else. I've wanted to go to California. I want to go to California so bad. I feel like I could start my life and be famous there. I don't know what I'm doing here, but
Do it.
it's scary.
I know. That's the fun part.
No, it's not.
It should be, because there's a lot of things in life that are just too scary to handle, to the point of where a lot of people just run away. Like, do you think a lot of people are ever going to really move out of this state? Not really. It's
No.
a very easy place to live, except for the danger rate. So you getting up and moving to California or Washington or wherever you want to go, it's a huge, scary thing that should be scary, because most people won't do it. So I think it's like a roller coaster type thing. Like, you're terrified when you're going like up the hill before you drop.
Yeah.
You're just going up the hill, and then you have to wait for the drop, because you can't go up the hill forever,
Yeah.
because then you're just going to stop, and that's not a ride.
I don't know. It's a safe ride.
Well, where's
I'm-
the fun in it?
I'm in like the lazy pool, you know, like I'm okay, guys. I'm
You're
fine.
on the little kitty hopper instead of the
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna worry about it. I'll go to like the edge of the state, but that's probably it.
You'll like dip. You'll go to the four corners and
Yeah.
stand in it, and
Yeah,
then
like-
jump back into
Whoa,
New
what was
Mexico.
that? I felt totally different for that few minutes. I don't know though. I feel like I don't know. I just don't believe in myself as much as I should.
That's your problem.
That is. I'm a funny person. I could probably come up with a lot of funny things, but I'm pretty good at music.
You're pretty funny too.
I just wish I was more confident in myself to do things like that.
Then just do it.
That's easy for you to say,
It's not though.
but I don't know.
Do you know how terrifying it is going up and performing at like slams or open mic nights with a bunch of random people?
I kind of do, but I've gotten over that fear.
Exactly.
So
You got over the fear when you first started performing music, right? It's a personal thing, performing music to you. It's your personal, like, oh, I love this. This is my thing. This is my specialty. And then you go and you share it with the world, and of course you're going to feel vulnerable, but you got over that vulnerability.
yeah,
Moving yourself from this state to another state is just that vulnerable stage where you're stage fright. That's your stage fright phase. And then you get over it, and you become that badass rock star that you're supposed to be since like day one. You just got to get over the stage fright.
that's crazy because I just feel like maybe if I did DMT, I'd be able to go do it. I'm just gonna open my mind and be like, I'm ready.
And then just go. Like, you end up in California, you don't even remember moving there, buying the apartment, all of that.
That would be even better, but I don't know. That effect of DMT of only lasting 15 minutes, I wouldn't think I would make it to California in 15 minutes. In my mind, maybe I would be there, but I don't think it would happen.
Have you ever heard of salvia? Something like that?
Isn't that like a weird, like
Like synthetic weed, I think.
yeah, what about it?
It's like a 15-second high.
People die, don't
Yeah. Yeah. And my friend did it one time, and all three of us were sitting in her boyfriend's van at the time,
they? Yeah.
and she did it, and like she was only out, like her eyes kind of like shut, and she like laid back, and she could have sworn she was gone for like 2 years, but it was only like 10-15 seconds.
Oh
And
my
she,
God.
yeah, she kept repeating banana, 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 and we're like,
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
yeah, we were like, homegirl, what's wrong?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then she was like, why were you guys screaming bananas at me? I got so scared. We're like, opposite. You were screaming bananas
You were the
at
one
us.
tripping at us. You need to calm down.
Yeah. But that reminded me of the 15-minute like versus the 15-second.
But it's synthetic, you said?
I think so. I don't remember. I read up on it a long time ago because I didn't want to be around that shit and not know what it is. But I don't.
So did
wish
you
I
try
had
it?
No, I was terrified.
I've never tried it either. I've heard of it, but
Like seeing her eyes kind of like roll back in her head and her just like slowly drift down to like leaning on something scared me. I was like, I'm just smoke. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna stray away from that
Yeah.
because I remember that was the thing too. Like my high school years.
Your high school years back in the day.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy because when I was in high school, you were probably like what, 9 years old, 5 years old
When did you graduate high school?
in 2009.
In 2009? Yeah. It's about 7.
7.
7.
Yeah,
8.
that's crazy.
Yeah, right? I was barely learning my days of the week and how
You-
to spell my name.
You damn generational Z.
Right?
Generation Z. Why do you guys get that name? Why are we millennials and you get Generation Z?
Well, technically, millennials are Generation X.
Why, I thought.
Oh, no, yeah. X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
I don't know what's coming after Z, because that's the end of the alphabet. Is it?
Z1 or something.
See, now we just sound like robots.
I don't know. See,
That goes back to AI.
we have fucking just all of us are not even really a fucking identified by name anymore. We're just identified by number. So
What do you mean?
social security numbers and stuff.
Oh, yeah, fair, fair.
Like we're just like literally, people would rather look us up by a number than by actual name.
That's a weird thing to think of.
So it's like that's pretty much already the process of AI because like we're so recognizable.
Yeah.
How do you feel about not YouTube, Facebook and like technology being able to recognize your face super quick? Example, let's say me and you and my friend Angel and 2 other people that are kind of prominent on Facebook all take a selfie together.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of us posts it on our page, knowing that we're all connected as friends.
It already tagged you in the picture.
It says if you want to tag me. It's like, oh, is this that person? How do you feel that they can recognize us like that?
Obviously it's like the algorithm of like the eye shape, the nose shape, the cheekbone structure, all of that junk. But like,
Yeah.
I think it's weird. It's kind of eerie because it's like, whoa.
Facial recognition.
Yeah, or like how you can unlock your phone by just like putting it in front of your face and it'll recognize your face and unlock it, so you don't even have to do your fingerprint anymore. Like that's wild
I've
to
seen
me.
that. That's weird.
Cause like why do we need that? Like the fingerprint is already so secure. Like you can't go and mask somebody's fingerprint.
Yeah, you can.
How?
Have you seen like there was something
Oh,
like
no.
yeah, there's actually a way to put like some kind of or like some weird like latex cloth on you that takes the shape of somebody else's fingerprint. And you can lift fingerprints off of just where they've pressed.
See, I've seen the thing where you can lift fingerprints in like bullshit
That's,
spy movies.
That's like National Treasure.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
But I didn't think that was like legitimate.
Yeah.
Not to the point of where you could like fake to get into somebody's phone.
Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my fingerprint right there can be taken and used to go clock into work or something.
That's
I
wild.
can see that. Okay.
Yeah. And
I
all
remember-
and all they're doing is just taking the pattern and placing it as a replica of that pattern on my finger. It doesn't even have to match the location because that pattern could be right here and my pattern is just a little bit higher, but it's still the same pattern.
See, that's weird. And then our technology is going to evolve to the point of where we won't be able to do that because it like the scanner is going to be so in depth that it can feel like the ridges and stuff in your fingerprint instead of just the pattern itself. It'll be able to feel like the depth and like the density.
Yeah, I guess I could see what you're saying. The way every skin should be felt is
Yeah.
like different.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, obviously now they have the facial recognition, but how far would it be to be able to bypass that? That's the question.
What do you mean?
I don't know. What if somebody figures out a way to just like make it look like? What if this is me thinking outside of the box? I wish I was this super fucking smart, but what if they figure out a way so it is facial recognition, but they put like some kind of like picture frame or a picture of the person in front of them while they do the facial recognition to like open the phone or something really quick and easy.
I was thinking that, like, what if they have a picture of the person that they have? Well, then at that point, would they be able to recognize that it's a picture? Like, would the AI understand that?
It's okay.
Would the AI understand that there's no real depth to the face?
That's scary to me. I wouldn't know.
Because then at that point, how are we programming these robots to understand that much in that detail?
There's robots that are already being built that can help each other out. Like
What?
Yeah, there was this weird these weird tech robots that look like, you know, those dog robots that like get knocked over and can jump back up and stuff. Well, there's this other robots that like one of them saw a problem where it couldn't open a door, and the other robot had a way to open it with its other arm, and it opened it up for the dog. I don't know if it was an actual. Oh my god, that's creepy as fuck. Ah! Ah!
Dude.
This is
Play
the
it.
iPhone X review, testing and tracking Face ID, and this is with this is a YouTube video we're looking at.
Right.
On the yeah. Oh, that's so weird. Just kind of fast forward a little.
Yes, this is my real face. Or is it?
Dun dun dun.
Okay, no, this isn't Mission Impossible.
There you go.
But
We're
I
done.
run it through
I
easy
saw the whole
reports.
video right there.
Doesn't.
Literally.
Now we're gonna trick more primitive facial recognition.
Hey, look, the
systems,
picture thing.
like
Hold
the
up.
Depth and work. No matter how natural I tried to make them look. Nope, this didn't work either.
Well, there's
Test
that
3, mask. But a mask, a real theatrical mask, has depth and detail that a flat image just
So
doesn't.
it didn't work.
And Apple's sophisticated system
realize the depth.
uses 2 cameras and projected infrared dots to measure the depth of your face. So naturally, I had a silicone mask made of my face, like one does. I headed
What?
to Complete Sculptor,
Just
a New York
natural,
City
normal
store that
things,
helps
you know?
artists learn to
gets
make
probably, like,
prosthetics and masks.
Sponsorship
Mark and
deals and
Sarah
stuff.
applied a
And
lot
that's
of
why she
goop
can
to
do
my
this
face
stuff.
to make
Yeah.
a silicone
Shout out to you
mold.
guys. I
And
want to
after
do
20
this.
minutes, they had what they needed.
Do I look like Angelina Jolie now?
Then, 3 days later, I returned with my very brave colleague, Denise. I applied some makeup to my mask, and Mark fit the mask to Denise's face.
Oh my god, that looks like Ronald
I don't know what
Reagan.
I'm looking at. I think
That's what
kind
that
of
looks
me.
like.
It
That
definitely
looks-
has the
literally
same
looks like fucking
shape and
Ronald
contours
Reagan.
as my face.
That's terrible.
Hold that up.
Like a female
Face ID
version.
was more explicit. It did not think
What?
it looked like me.
What's going on? I don't see it.
Still locked.
Go on.
Yep. Unlocked for me.
Test 4. Twins
It
and
unlocked?
triplets.
No,
But
it
even
didn't
a piece
unlock
of
with the
rubber
mask.
artistry as fine as this has nothing on actual DNA.
Yeah.
Yes,
Or DNA times 3.
we're
I-
brothers. Triplets. Identical ones.
Identical
According to Apple, the
triplets.
chances that a
Cute.
random person could look at your iPhone 10 and unlock it with their face is 1 in a million. So while your roommate can't break in, the chances are a lot greater that your womb-mate can.
Meryl, March 26th. Pam, March 26th.
And these 3 adorable guys proved that. First, I asked Declan to register his face with the iPhone.
Okay.
And then I asked Cormac and Kevin to come back.
Try with you now. And
Wow.
boom!
We
Okay.
hacked it!
Oh.
Nicely done.
Actual
Yes, the kids
triplet
were
DNAs.
able to get into
All right,
the
we're
phone.
good. Turn this video
Fraternal
off.
twins or siblings
Probably
that
gonna be
really look
copyrighted
alike.
on this one.
Yeah.
I hate everything. I'm just kidding. But there you go.
There you go.
So you wouldn't, even if you did do like this plastic face thing, that wouldn't work. So I guess it is more secure now.
But that's still weird. Like, she was saying something about the pinpoints and depth of your face, but like, what if AI and modern technology and like even just like sculpting and silicone models and shit gets so advanced to the point of where we can almost replicate real skin like that, like real facial depth?
That would be pretty cool.
Because like you've seen like Face Off and stuff where they do
Makeup design and like totally like
yeah. But they already
making the
have like a
character.
real person to do their face, like go off of that face. So what if like technology, like 3D printing or some
I think
crazy
this is-
shit like
I
that?
don't want to say it was an amateur doing this for the mask one.
Yeah, but it was like a theatrical stage company, like a
Did you not see that mask?
yeah, it looked like a Broadway stage mask. Like
It looked like Ronald Reagan.
that was bad.
So I wouldn't judge the facial recognition one. Maybe if you put that on Face Off and somebody like more in depth actually took the time to do it,
Like a real artist going and sculpting it completely.
super precise.
Not saying you guys aren't real artists. That was a very good mask. Just saying, like
If you're
Broadway's different.
If you're not sponsoring me, I don't care.
There's no money in my hand. It doesn't matter.
I tried my best. I mean, whatever. But yeah, that's just something that just freaks me out.
No, it truly freaks me out too.
I wouldn't want to lock my phone with my face. What if I like get a black eye? Would it recognize that?
Maybe. Or what if I get like a nose? Well, obviously, if I get a nose job, it's gonna realize that like my nose is different. I'm not the same person. But if that's the one focal point that's different, do you think it's going to like spaz out?
I don't know. It just, the question is, would you be able to reset it to do it again? Obviously, you'd probably have to go to the fucking
Apple Store or whatever.
Yeah, be like, hey guys, I got a nose job. You can reset my phone. I mean, I don't know what to do. I paid like $1,000 for this phone, guys.
You don't want to know how much I paid for the nose job, so.
You gotta help me out here. That's a joke in itself. See, I love myself right now. That's how
Comedy gold.
Comedy works. Yeah. That's how it works. But that's funny to think about because, like, I don't want like people to make rubber faces of me if I ever become famous just to unlock my phone.
That'd be wild. I feel like if you become famous, they're making rubber faces of you for a lot more reasons than to just try and unlock your phone.
Well, like what if it was like a gimmick? What if I had like, you know, a unique thing to me that they're like, I want to make my mask of this guy, which there's no way because I look gross, but still.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I have this like weird like hair that doesn't grow correctly here. It looks so weird and this fucking god damn it. I don't like my face. I wish I was cuter. I'm not that cute.
The flip 180.
Yeah, it's gross.
There's somebody in the world that finds cute. Like that's a whole different conversation of like perception. Cause
that's true too because I don't want to brag, but I mean, I don't get how I get chicks either because I'm just like, I look this gross and they're just like, oh yeah. I'm just like, what the fuck? It's weird. So, I mean, coming from a chick's perspective, I don't want to brag, but I'm just saying that's...
Well, did you know that the human mind actually does distinguish sexy versus beautiful?
No,
like,
not true.
No, it does. It truly does. We've evolved to the point of where, like, you've seen the nature documentaries where it's like, oh, they're making the weird dances to attract a mate, blah, blah, like,
yeah.
Right? They're just thinking, reproduce. That's what I'm made to do. Since humans have evolved romantic love, we've also evolved our sense of what we attract as a mate. Like, what we find attractive is what we want to pass on, like the genes we want to pass on, right?
But, I mean, I also heard that us as humans and only a few handful of other animals only have sex for pleasure.
Yeah, that's all due to the romantic love thing. Because all of those animals that have sex for fun, they're all part of the advanced animals, like dolphins, penguins, romantic love. People who mate for life, or animals that mate for life, also have a tendency to mate for fun. It's not like a huge occurrence like it does with the human species, but it does happen.
So it's just something that's still recurring in evolution.
Yeah, but we've evolved to the point of where we've distinguished beauty, which is like innocence, romance, stuff like that, with sexy, which is like, oh wow, you're banging, dude. Like we've come to that difference. So if we weren't as evolved, that wouldn't be a difference. So it wouldn't be as hard. Like our perception of what we find attractive would all pretty much be the same at this point. If we didn't have those two aspects that evolved farther than our animal counterparts.
Because obviously it would be just a race to find a mate.
Yeah.
I feel at that point. It wouldn't be like, let me find...
my soulmate. I want to find somebody I can impregnate and pass my genes on. And that's the animal kingdom, not the human kingdom, which is wild.
It's weird in itself because we're weird in itself as well.
Yeah.
Because there was this one point that I saw as well where in our evolutionary process, the reason why we turned out the way we did is because we actually ate mushrooms.
No way.
Yeah.
Like the mushrooms that make us trip right now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you read that?
It was we'll actually have to look up the video. There was like stone aged mushrooms or something. It's really cool. But what he shows is like monkeys were interacting, and then obviously we go into the Homo sapiens and all those eras of when we were turning into humans. Mm-hmm. And in one of those eras, there's a point where we just jumped, like, bam, we're way more intelligent now. And they think it was because
of the
mushrooms.
Psilocybin?
Yeah, eating the mushrooms. Which
That's
is
wild.
Awesome theory, and which makes it more suitable why we should be doing research for this stuff. But the government and stuff, I feel, are tripping every day. And they're like, we're not letting them get this smart because we're fucking the most intelligent ever. Why would we let them do shit we're doing?
Exactly, because the
let's make
easiest
it
way of population control is,
regulation.
yep, keeping the masses dumb.
What are we looking at here?
Ancient
Ancient mushrooms. Damn.
You know what it is?
No, it's a Stone Age ape mushroom or something. That's what just go to the YouTube bar right there.
Wait up.
Oh, but yeah, I always thought that was awesome. Like,
That's a cool thing. Could you imagine if that's actually the reason why we advanced so quickly? Because if you, like, you've seen the picture where it's like the monkey and then it's like going up to where it's like human.
Yeah.
You can see that huge like advancement somewhere. Because all of a sudden we're like standing upright and we're not as covered in hair. It's like, whoa, where'd that come from? Because that should have, if looking at the pattern, that should have came way later.
yeah, took some more time, or for whatever reason, probably wouldn't even happen that way. Maybe we would have gone into a different path of still sticking with the whole ape kind of persona.
Do you believe aliens had anything to do with it?
I don't, maybe, but I believe more was like an evolutionary thing that we just like, that we did ourselves.
Yeah.
The mushroom thing is more believable than the alien thing to me.
Really?
Yeah.
What if it was both?
Then that would be even more amazing, because like then obviously there's two things that we should be
Studying on?
that we don't.
True. Well, because like you've seen Ancient Aliens, where it's like ancient civilizations.
Don't even
that...
start with this. Don't even start with this shit.
I believe it though. I truly do.
Don't believe it. Don't.
Not that they were actually came and like gave the ancient Egyptians like technology, but I do believe that like we started from something. And
yeah. I mean, it's.
Did I strike a nerve?
No, it's not that you struck a nerve. It's just like I believe that like you should intake the knowledge. Hold on, give me a second on this. I feel like you should just believe, like not believe, but just have the knowledge of all these different skeptical ideas.
Yeah.
But not. Well, if you want to believe, that's up to you. I mean, at this point, I'm preaching, but I mean, obviously, the ancient alien ideas. The guy's talking about all these ideas and stuff. And it's just ridiculous because
there's no real backing to it besides the fact that it's unexplainable events.
We don't know. We just don't know. And I feel like going by heart, like, I don't know. I'm not saying you truly believe in it, but I don't know. There's some things that are really skeptical about that show as well to me.
No, I feel. And it's not the show itself that I was like pinpointing on. It's more the fact that like if some higher power did come and intervene when life was first starting, I don't think it's like a deity. I think it'd be like another actual life form from a different universe, or from our universe in a different part, that had so advanced technology that they came and dropped life off on this planet that was sistering their planet.
Yeah.
Watched it like flourish and see how it went. Like, we're experiments type stuff. Like, if we put them in this environment with these social constructs and, like, these ideas, let's see how it flourishes type thing. That's more where my backing is because why else? Why else would we be here?
Yeah, we just don't know.
Exactly.
That's the best and worst mystery of the world.
Is why we're here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
I guess you could say the whole chicken and egg thing, too, but...
That's just a simpler way of asking how life on Earth started.
Pretty much.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he had that's where I heard it, and then these guys did a narration of it. Go and play it.
So to have something so powerful and yet so ephemeral, it's natural for humans to avoid that which they don't understand out of fear, because they don't know the difference. But 23 primates consume mushrooms, humans being one of them. And so that speaks to a long ancestral use of mushrooms going back, in our primate evolutionary tree for a very, very long time. We separated from fungi 650 million years ago.
Maybe you did, dude. I know some people that are probably still.
Well, basically, we are descendants of fungi.
Yeah.
We share more common ancestry with fungi than we do with any other kingdom.
And fungi are closer to animals than they are to plants.
Okay.
Animals came from fungi.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You need to watch the podcast with that guy.
Okay.
He fucking blows your mind. I've seen it like 3 times. It's just amazing.
Have you?
Yeah, he's so sick. I still can even fucking grasp. Like, he just blows your mind.
What was his name? Paul what?
Is it Paul Stateman?
Paul Stateman.
Yeah. Paul Statement.
Statements? Paul Statements?
Statements. I think it's one of like the big. It's not the hottest one, but it's one of his most popular
podcasts.
Yeah, everyone's pretty into it. A lot of his. It was suggested to a lot of his guests. Like they're like, you need to get this guy on, and he did. So.
That's his name right there.
Yeah, Paul Statements. Statements. Mets. Statements.
Statments.
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 Statements. Statments.
It's not statements.
I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic. Yeah. Leave me alone.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
We've been talking for quite a while.
Have we?
Yeah.
How long has this been going on?
Probably been like an hour already. Yeah. We've been talking for an hour now. You don't need to check anything. We're going to do a segment now.
A segment.
A segment known as Rapid Fire. Look at the crowd going crazy. The crowd is going crazy. This is called Rapid Fire. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a list. Unfortunately, I need to memorize it, but I haven't done that yet. I have a list of 25 words. I'm going to say the word, and I want you to say the first thing that pops in your head. It could be a phrase. It could be a word, whatever.
Okay.
I'm going to say the word, and I want you to say the first thing that pops in your head, okay?
Okay.
This is called Rapid Fire. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. 25 words. Here we go. Pizza.
Delicious.
Island.
Fantasy.
Music.
Artful.
Cartoon.
The best.
Black.
Not a color.
Trippy.
Dipply? I meant to say hippie.
Fast.
Slow.
Animal.
Kingdom?
Spicy.
What kind of spicy?
Maze.
Maze.
Army.
The army?
Drugs.
What about them?
Air.
We breathe it.
Pendulum.
That's cool.
Native American.
Native American. That's all I can think of is Native American.
You're just totally repeating everything I say.
Well, no, at that point, yeah, because what am I supposed to say?
Scar.
From The Lion King?
School.
Sucks.
Magic.
Is real.
Computer.
Science.
Superhero.
They're cool.
Comedy.
Not for you.
Bleach.
Blonde hair.
Fame.
Fortune?
Ham water.
What? Gross.
Amuse me.
Angel.
Thank you. Thank you. That was rapid fire. Thank you very much.
Cool.
That was pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
It was just some random thing.
I was going to say, some of those words are a little outlandish.
So what I'm doing is like every guest that's been on season 2 does this list. And then towards the end, I'm going to make like a compilation video. So I'll just put up like a blank screen and put pizza, and then everyone's answers of what they said for pizza, and then island, and everyone's answers. So
it's gonna be fun.
I think it would be pretty cool. Janelle, thanks for coming.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
No problem. You have to come back, okay?
Got
we'll
it.
Do this again.
Of course.
Have some random talks about life. I know you wanted to make fun of my hair, but I tried to stray away from that
Yeah,
topic.
I was going to.
I tried to stray away from that topic, so thank you very much. Cue that music, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you later.